Well, hello and welcome to Stop Let's Team Up. It's time for me and Kirby to talk about the Fantastic Four. So, welcome to 4 for 4, episode 16. Say hey, Kirby.
Hi, Ross, and oh boy, have we got a good one
Oh,
this
yeah.
time.
Yeah, we are in the spot where I kept, getting to the things I know we're going to talk about because I
Hmm.
was like, okay, this is, um, let me get up do you have the Grand Comic
Yeah,
up?
well, I've got Mike's up, so
Mike's.
I'll give it. We have a cover date of December 1966, an on sale date of September 8th, 1966. Writer Stan Lee, penciler Jack Kirby, inker Joe Staden, letterer Artie Simek, and we have, of course, the cover credits are Jack and Joe. And I'm just gonna say flat out, this is one of the greatest covers in all of Marvel Comics.
Yeah, it's of these four issues,
This is the best.
it's the best, but there are two that go in that I would put one of one of the other ones up there too. But yes,
Yeah.
um I love it. It's an absolute beautiful cover.
J
It's
the menacing Doctor Doom in the background with, the Fantastic Four, Wyatt and Silver Surfer just all around. Enter Doctor Doom, undeniably the world's greatest arch villain, and don't dare miss our swinging super duper guest stars.
yeah.
Which,
There's
yeah,
a there are a lot of people in this book in this comic.
w-
Um
we're
because
at.
because they're doing what we've been talking about. Like there's the A plot, the B plot, and the C plot. The B plot in this is the Inhumans being trapped under the dome.
Yep.
And they're not even the Fantastic Four is nowhere near them, but it's we know it's important in that Marvel kind of you know what I mean? The
Y-
sequel Marvel was better at making
Serialization.
serializations. Thank you, serializations in their comics to get the kids to go looking for them. You
Yep.
know,
And
uh,
we're pretty much at the peak here because there is so much that it's like, oh, you need to have been reading for a little while to know all of what's going on.
yeah, because yeah, I noticed something, and I'm not normally one to say less talking, but there's a lot more exposition in some of these,
Uh-huh.
especially issue to issue. There's always the recap. Like I love. Let's talk about the splash page of 57. I I posted part of it because I love. I'm starting to like Sandman more and more. I may have to read that Silver Sable stuff just so I can because I liked him as a hero. Because me and Kirby have both been reading the Hawkeye epics at about the same pace, and he's Tom DeFalco brings him in, and uses him a hero, and him and Hawkeye.
Yeah, because why that works for Sandman is that, like, by and large, even in the original Spider-Man appearances, he was never he was just like in it for the money. That was it. He didn't have any like vengeance or any weird screwed up stuff like that. So it's like, okay, yeah, no, if he can get the money kind of doing what he's good at, but get it at least semi-legally, he'll do it. Makes
Yeah,
total sense. And
yeah,
man, does Jack and Joe really have they just kind of nailed that look?
yeah. It's that's what it got me is I had to stop. I read this what year and a half ago, whenever I was doing my first read through. But I forgot about this, and I didn't forget about this arc with folks that we're going to be going over these next four issues is really important one. It's one of those ones that touchstone that gets used again and again. It gets used a lot, but this is I think one of my favorite of this era, this
Hmm.
arc. I put it above the first Black Panther one a little bit because
Ooh, yeah,
yeah.
I could see that. I'm still gonna put it below the Galactus, but it's
Oh,
really
below Galactus, yeah,
close.
yeah, Galactus,
It's
but
real
this is
close.
me starting to really understand why Doom's a good villain.
Hmm.
This is where some of that comes from, that arrogance, instead of his weird comic book paraplane, I'm gonna steal the Baxter building shit.
Yep, because it's been over a year since we've seen Doom. I went back and checked, and it's like he last appeared in Annual 3, and that was like again over a year between publishing. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they are relying on certain they need to make. We're at a point to where if I was a kid, I'd be, can we create some new bad guys, please?
Sure.
You've got six of them.
Yep.
You know, it's just in a rotation, but I like it. Um, I think this is a great splash page overall. But there's a lot of exposition on it. It's not one of those splash pages where it's, a second cover
Nope.
because they can't do that. I think he looks great and I think it's good, but there's a lot of exposition.
Yeah, because like we start in media res, so it's like we kind of have to explain why three of the Fantastic Four are there in the first place, and it was like, uh, they said we should come here because the Sandman and the Wizard were ready to sing if we'd help them get them a parole. So it's like, okay, that's why they're there, and now we can start. But immediately they just notice all these like knocked out like cops, security guards have just been, again, they're knocked out right before the Sandman just menacing over them and just starts blasting them.
Yeah, the page two that fights the fight sequence is amazing, and the sand looks really good. It's
It looks so because it's like there's so many like little dots on the inking that help just give it the texture.
I wonder how they did that. If they made it like
I
just made, they would put these overlays on them like a
hmm
clear. Um, but it's beautiful, and him battling Ben. It's
so,
just there's a lot of exposition too, folks. They're talking the whole time.
uh,
This great fight scene's going on. Um, but
yeah,
I think it's real. I just think it's really good. And my one pet peeve is Reed telling Sue to get behind him. It's like,
okay, that's gonna be kind of my issue with these next four issues. There's a lot of that.
yeah, I was not happy. But to be honest with you, there was points like, why is Sue not doing anything?
hmm And it's here, but I'll say this, at least like again, Sandman hasn't appeared in this book for over a year as well. So it's like, okay, if you've missed the last, again, it's been a year, you might want to refresh your readers on who this guy is. So,
Yeah. And I like how he gets out. He just goes, I'm out of here. And he goes through the air vent.
yep. And then we have like Ben like trying to like I guess like
All right, there you are. Sorry about that.
yeah, no,
We
you
get
got it.
closer to the inauguration where
Yep.
it was a peaceful transfer of power. I mean, Youngkin, they were at the something traditional, but they're having a parade.
Mm.
We haven't done that in a while. I think if you want some of the pageantry, I don't know. I've lived here my whole life. I did not realize that you call the governor of Virginia your excellency. My answer is Jefferson thought of it. That's just how because we call people we call the president Mr. President because that what George Washington told them to do.
Right, right. I remember
They were
that.
going to do something they get this whole like kingly thing, and he said, "No, I'm just be that."
Yeah.
Um, but they're going to have that. Military is going to be around. They're not for
Mhm.
for ceremonial shit. So there'll be
Right.
cannon fire and a flyover. All this.
Uh, well,
Well, we
I've
won the trifecta. She's going to do a victory lap. Yes, there are three Democrats being sworn in, and we have majority in both houses. We're going to undo some of the damage done. I'm hoping they do it with the weed law. Fuckers. He it's like, come on, how much money are you taking from the liquor industry? Because I think that's what it is. So, all right. Well,
like we
let's
were just kind of talking of like Ben trying to squeeze through
the air vent.
the air vent. Yeah,
Ben is awful small back then.
yeah. He was like he could still fit into like if you went to a big and tall store, he could still buy off the rack.
So he is drawn bigger now, right? I
I think he's
know.
definitely like he's not inhumanly big, but he's definitely like here he's
He's the same height he would have been and broader because of the rocks.
yeah.
But I forget. I mean, it's still very cartoony at times. I think I'm seeing a little bit like the bottom of three where all these guards are holding back the wizard. He doesn't have any magic powers, dude. Just knock him out if you need
I,
to.
yeah, I
I'd
know.
punch
It's
him
like
just to shut him up.
yeah, I love this bit on the next page where it's like he has these two things taped to the inside of his wrist, and Reed just goes, chloroform capsules taped to his wrist. So that's how you managed to knock out the guards. And it's like, okay.
Did
So
they
he
not
faked.
strip search this dude when they brought him in?
I know. It's like he says like he faked being sick and went to the infirmary and like palmed him there. But it's like you have like the worst security in that prison infirmary then.
Yeah, I saw that you posted one of the panels from that page about
Mm.
holy exposition
Oh
because it's
geez,
a
it's this whole bit from Reed. It's Reed, darling. Johnny is still searching for the Inhumans. We never know when the Silver Surfer will return. The mystery of subspace is always beckoning. And now this, old menaces threatening us anew. It's like, yeah, Sue, I know all of this. Why do you care about the Silver Surfer right now at all?
other than it's you need it because yeah because of and then again we're gonna change plot we're gonna go from the A to the B plot and they don't do it on the next page. I like it's kind of all intermixed at the right but no I only need 2 pages and a third for this and then so we get to see um where is he? Does it
I think
say?
it is just somewhere in Latveria,
Oh, he is in
and
Latveria. Okay, I missed. Okay, but it's beautiful Kirby backgrounds and this messenger robot with the scroll from Doom to the
yep.
Silver Surfer.
And it's like he goes, I am intrigued. Never before have I stood in the presence of earthly royalty. You are the Silver Surfer. Why do you give a rat's ass about about earthly royalty?
Yeah, I don't. It's just
It's to get the plot along. I understand, but it's like there's a better way they could have justified
yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, I like on 5, man, when he flies. It's one of those four. The top ones are a little longer, aren't they? It's 4 panels.
No, I think they're all the same
Okay.
size, but yeah, again, Jack it gives Jack's art way more room to breathe because he packs a lot of background
Yeah.
um into it as like the Silver Surfer's flying in through one of Doom's gigantic windows. You know, you got old paintings, armor,
Yeah.
statues, the works.
Yeah. And I think I'm really this time through seeing. But for me, the Silver Surfer is John Buscema and Marshall Rogers.
Uh-huh.
Really, are those the two? Visually, I like Burns' version. I like other people's version of them. But I'm really starting to appreciate Jack's a little more. Like when on 4 where he jumps on the board is a nice pose. His face, and then him showing how the board works to Doom.
Yep. Well, for me, Silver Surfer is actually Jack and Ron Lim, which is, and that's
That's
just kind
fine.
of,
Yeah, I would. Jesus Christ, yeah. I mean,
yeah. But
they
again, Mark Rogers and Burt Buscema also great. Just don't get me wrong, but it's like it's Jack and Ron Lim for me.
Yeah, he's good. I'm looking forward to it. They announced the second series, the second Silver Surfer omnibus, and they are putting all the Infinity Gauntlet and stuff like that in where it goes.
Oh,
So,
cool.
so
That'll
I
be
sold my. I knew they were going to do it like that, so I got rid of my Crusade Omni. But it's like, yeah, because it's intricate part.
yeah. It's very necessary.
It is incredibly necessary, and it's so good.
Well, my favorite bit is like I can't tell whether the Surfer's being naive here or if
Yeah,
Doom's just really hamming it up. What do
I
you
just
think?
don't think Surfer has that doesn't understand humans at all yet.
Okay,
I mean,
okay,
it's just too early. He respects the Fantastic Four, and he has some affection for Alicia,
right.
but he's also grieving,
Mm-hmm.
and he's lost. He's been away from his people. Now he's
He's
trapped on a planet of people he would see as primitive,
mm-hmm.
and he used to have the freedom of the space of all the galaxy. Um, I think he doesn't have enough information. He just doesn't know.
Okay,
And
okay. All
that's
right.
naivety, but you know what I mean? It's just like he may think it's normal for monarchs to wear armor.
Yeah, because you ask like, why do you what puts you above the other people? And Doom is just, it's so hard to not read this as Doom just hamming it up to that next level. It's like but I am a humble servant of my people.
Oh
Uh,
boy. Well, I like and but he's tricking him. I think Doom is trying to play and he's being immodest and trying to make him comfortable because this guy's clueless. And I think that's what makes it so easy for him to do it is this guy doesn't know anything,
Yeah.
anything at all. And when he shows the cosmic energy, um, I love that Kirby crackle.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. And then on the next page, more of it.
And
Um,
then Jack's just drawing this weird device that like Doom picks up that the that Doom picks up. And he's like, "The heck is this?" It's like basically weightless and sort of just hey, just tap it against the wall. Doom does, and like half of his castle just
there's
explodes.
a lot of shit. Just it's like, dude, maybe you need to learn how to use this power.
Yeah.
um, and I like how Surfer makes it disappear.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we start to see Zoom start to get a little he's like,
I, uh, where it is basically like, okay, whoa. I've already had this in place to steal your power. Now I really need to have this in place.
yeah, it's so good. And then the plot shifts back mid-page.
Yep. Of all the dad blasted crummy chicken scratching ways to spend a Saturday when I ought to be home watching the Mets. I'm like, wait, when did the Dodgers leave? I think they left by 66.
Oh no, they left in the 50s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they left in wait a minute.
Because Mr. Ed definitely
Late no, maybe it may have been I don't remember. Mid
okay,
60s.
okay,
I
because
should
I
know
know
that being the baseball nerd, um but I'm enjoying this transition, but the exposition barrage continues.
oh gee, yeah, with these random like civilians just pointing up at Ben, and it's like we
Whoa,
didn't need
man,
this.
yeah. You could have just had him thinking, but people looking at him. I mean,
Yep.
I'm one of those people I hate it when someone goes, show, don't tell. It's like
Hmm.
maybe sometimes you have to tell it because you can't show the emotional content. You can't show subtext. But there are also times where the background players just should be reacting.
Yeah.
Um, but I do like the sky cycle. I wonder when it went out of fashion because
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'll have to go back through because I don't know. Maybe I Dollars to Donuts Burn brought it back. I can't swear to that, but I feel like that's something he
it
would have
brought
brought
everything else
back.
back.
I was gonna say yeah. So it's
It
not.
brought everything else back, and it's the one thing there's a lot of burn hate out in the universe, but you talk about his FF for the
Yeah,
most part,
that's
they
like
shut up.
yeah. That's the one thing. It's no, except his FF. It's perfect. Everything else, there's usually at least an asterisk for me on it.
And
Um.
yeah, um,
So just
but
out of so Ben's searching around, and Sandman went right to the Baxter building and just scaled the walls like he's freaking King Kong. Uh,
oh yeah, we see him coming in the window about to steal Sandman. But I like someone brought up that they like Kirby's Jack Kirby's Mr. Fantastic the most, and
it was Patrick Zurcher.
was it Patrick? Okay,
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah, it's really good, especially at this point
Yeah,
because an issue I have with some other later artists is they either make Reed like way too skinny or they try to make him like look way too. It's like no, right here he's a believable kind of like man of action, and I really do appreciate it. It is one of those reasons I will a lot of time try to defend Mr. Fantastic, but
yeah.
then there'll be a bunch of Sue get behind me shit like in this series. And it's like
Yeah,
come on,
this is like a backpedal because I felt that hey, maybe they are going to write her better. But
yeah.
I do like seeing Reed being the man of action.
Hmm.
His powers and Sandman's powers are similar in a way that they're shapeshifters.
Yep. And again, like I've said before, I'll say again, this is about the right level of how I like Reed shapeshifting because when he gets too plastic man is when I really start to dislike it.
Yeah,
Here,
so
it's
yeah.
still pretty believable.
The bottom of 9 on the left hand side is like it's like his arm is coming back.
Yeah,
Like it looks weird because gravity's pulled it down and he's holding the arm up and it's all snapping back. Like when he's
yep,
thinking, and you can see that he might. and we forget that he was a soldier, so he knows how to use a gun and he knows how
Yeah.
to fight.
Yeah.
Um,
And we do okay for as much as like Sue does they do it's a pretty good use of Sue here of like using their force field to protect Reed before the Sandman like crushes him.
yeah,
But again, it's not enough for this story as the whole because
no,
was after Reed blasts Sandman, he starts to like seep under like one of their uh safes or whatever vaults. It's like, God, how many Doomsday devices does Reed have just in the back
yeah. And
building?
why is there a gap big enough for this dude to come through under even his sand?
Yeah, it's jeez.
And then there's a window in the room.
I forgot. It's like, oh my God.
What kind of safe has a window in the back? Um, no, he
Uh
made this entrance. Oh no, he escaped through the window. Oh my God, I forgot that. Then we switch back to Doom,
and
and
oh my God, this Kirby Tech lab.
oh, it's so good. It's so freaking good.
Uh,
It's a whole
so
page, folks. It's beautiful.
that is the one thing, Ross, about online thing is I wish I could have had my moniker be like Kirby Dots, Kirby Crack, but it's like those were all already taken. And it's
Yeah,
like,
it's got a little bit of all of it.
yeah.
We got the people with in these weird suits, these big giant super machines. It's just Marvel. It's
Jack's going
he
nuts, and he's wanting to see
yeah.
how much Joe can keep up with
He
them.
draw, he draws the best bad guy layers.
He does. It's like there's a reason, like so much. There's a reason all of Marvel really kind of does come from here and expands out.
Yeah, it does. It does. They're testing what you can and cannot do. But like Doug Doom's giving him this tour, and his this is when he hates it. I don't know because I know more 70s and past where he loves his space. He loved the people that very like him.
The
Yeah,
ones who don't
you
want to get
know,
murdered like him.
yeah. But he's also a little. He's not cruel to them. He's cruel to he's cruel to the other people. I mean, I don't see him. Does he really
Oh,
beat up his henchmen that much? He's pretty.
oh, there's some time. Well, it's I don't know how much his henchmen, but there are a lot of times like during the Wade Ringo run, it's like, oh, he's definitely killing any dissidents in Latveria.
Oh, yeah, I have to read that again. I read it maybe once when it first came out, but I was happy
It
when it came out in an omnibus because wow. So,
Uh, but again, Doom just to me is really hamming it up because, like, again, like we said, Silver Surfer is like, what is this that you do? And Doom, in just like these overly dramatic posts, goes, actually, I am the gentlest, most unambitious of monarchs. My only desire is to make my people happy and to further the cause of peace and of brotherly love. And if anyone else was here, it's like, you are so full of shit.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
He's
Because like this, like one of Doom's servants accidentally knocks into him, and Doom, immediately smashes him up against the wall, and the guy knows like, no, not the ultimate punishment. And then Doom was like, oh right, Silver Surfer's right behind me. No, no, you go have good day. Take the day off. I am going to kill him later. Just so good.
well, yeah. So I like he's showing him that he can get. He's trying to trick Silver Surfer that I can get you out past the barrier. Is that what's
Yeah,
going
it's
on?
just like I think it's like it's either that or it's like at least showing like I know how you I'll stop doing the Dracula voice. I know how much you miss the being able to see out into deep space. Look at this thing my satellites have been able to pick up, and servers like, oh, thank God, nothing on this mud ball, something new to look at.
Yeah, and then while he's distracted, his men are putting on a very menacing device that he's about to use. So on page 14, he's Doom's got this thing over his body, and then two like defibrillator paddles,
Yep.
and he's pushes them on either side of the Silver Surfer's head, and it's fucking amazing Kirby pop art.
It, again, it's like if I could own even one page of Jack Kirby art, that would be amazing. Like
Yeah.
if I could own the original art to page 15, this Doctor Doom just menacing over a fallen Silver Surfer, I could
Oh
die
my God.
happy.
It is.
I could die absolutely happy.
It's it's an iconic image, and it is what makes Kirby so great. And what I think there's a certain field of '60s comics that the well, there's a lot of what I people mimicked it and made pop art, like the Warhols and people like that.
Frankenstein, that
But
that
this
freaking
is
plagiarist.
Kirby science fiction, Marvel Comics is it's an art form in and of itself. It's very unique to that time. And I get why he gets all the thing. This is because I'm looking at this is Marvel Silver Age. And
Hmm.
I love DC Silver Age. I do. There's some really great stuff, but it's not like this yet at this point.
No.
It's very still very like 1940s or 50s art.
Yep.
Where even though this isn't um this isn't some of the this is one of the great stories. I mean, it would be one that I'm like, yeah, this is these four issues. This whole thing, the Doctor Doom Cosmic Silver Surfer story, because they even talk about it. I mean, he tries again and again to get this power, but
Yep.
because I think Marv does it, or is it Roy? Roy might do it again. Roy might do
I
it.
think Roy does it. Yeah.
Yeah, but this art is so good. And then you've got Kirby Monsters on 16 because we finally get to see Johnny and Lockjaw and Wyatt Wingfoot and them trying to free they're still looking for a way to free the Inhumans from being under that dome. And then we jump to the
Yep.
Inhumans. It's just so good.
Yeah, so the Johnny Wyatt stuff does kind of feel like, okay, we're kind of spinning our wheels a little bit here. We know this subplot's gonna wrap up eventually, but we still want to have them in the issue
Yeah.
because what it's like, Black Bolt is still knocked out from when he saved the city last time, and
I got confused with my continuity when I read these the first time. It's like, oh no, that's I'm thinking what happened in issue 150.
yeah,
Um, but I love this. The bottom of 17, the picture with all the Inhumans and Crystal and you know, Black Bolt unconscious. Um, stuff is
so
great, man. I really like this. Also think Kirby's Maximus is funner. He's, you know what I mean? Even though he's got the same
yeah,
menacing face, but he's enjoying himself.
oh, he really is, and I can't. One thing I do like is that for as much speech balance is going on here, it's like at least like every character is kind of giving something and no one's just kind of sitting in the background.
Yeah, everybody the faces of the like you get to 16, is it 16? 19 when you get to it's another four panel page and it's the villagers near his castle seeing the sky light up and then he comes in, he starts to make them run. Um,
Yep. All the power of the Silver Surfer now is mine. The world itself belongs to Doctor Doom. And it's like, yeah, no, it's you guys are writing your gold stuff here. You're at A material.
yeah. What I like is on the last page of the story, it's an exposition dump at the last three, four panels. It's like,
Yeah,
God, man, you're on, you're still info dumping.
it just this issue just does kind of end.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
like
pick, the next issue does not pick up at the same moment because I had
nope.
to go back and see, did I miss a page? Because my system
Yep.
sometimes I won't see a page, so I have to shut down the app and reopen it.
Hmm.
Um, but I really thought I'd missed something. Was
Yeah,
it an
and on
annual? What's going on?
uh, like nowadays this issue would have it just ended on Doom flying with the silver or sir on on the board blasting stuff and like we wouldn't have had these last bits with Reed, Sue and Ben watching that terrible 1960s Avengers cartoon
Oh my
where they
God.
just like literally like cut out and barely animated some early Avengers shorts.
Yeah, I was watching some of those the other day. So I was talking about superhero cartoons, the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And they showed those and then how Marvel struggled with this shit. And then they had Bashy Spider-Man, which it doesn't hold up.
It
It
doesn't.
really doesn't. They're short 6-minute cartoons. It's the same animation, just plugged in different holes. That sounds like it was porn, uh, but they're terrible. But I sat there, I was watching something and it was watching Superman where is it Casey Kasem's voices him or
I don't think he
no,
voices Superman, but he probably did
he's
backup. Go
Shaggy.
on.
He is Shaggy,
Oh yeah.
but it's the early filmation ones where it's then because then they had Tarzan and then they had Batman and then they had um shit the Phantom or somebody like that. They were running,
Hmm.
in the news strips and they were just basing that stuff on that. But and they talked about the FF's cartoons being just terrible.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't use the Human Torch because one, we didn't they thought kids would set themselves on fires. What?
Apparently,
That no, I don't think that. I
no,
don't.
I
That
think
was
it was actually a rights issue at the time for
yeah,
somehow,
it
and
was.
like,
It was something to do with it had to do with the Human Torch copyright, I think is what you're right. But the weird shit they said was
yeah,
stupid. It was
it's
like, why would you ever believe that?
yeah.
It's a infantile. And it doesn't work. And then the next season he comes back and it's it's a totally different cartoon. And not very good. None of them were really. I only could think of a handful of superhero cartoons that I think most of them are produced by Bruce Timm.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
Have I
Uh,
ever told you what I think? I've been trying to think. I think my first introduction to Ben Grimm was Fred and Barney Meet the Thing, where it was a separate cartoon from the Fred
is
and
that the
Barney
one where the
shorts.
kid
It was
touched
like,
the ring?
yeah, thing ring, do your thing. I'm like, is that? There's no way that was my first introduction to Ben Grimm. It might have been my first introduction to Ben Grimm.
Dude, it was so fucking stupid. I
It
was
was
I
dumb.
was
Even as a kid, it's like I don't know who this thing is, but I feel like this is not right.
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird one. So wait a minute. I'm flipping through the letter page, and after this one letter, there's a picture of Ben answering the phone, smoking a cigarette. Um, that's very weird. I don't remember it. Well, let's move on, folks. We're going to move on to. Oop, I got kicked out, but we're going to move on to issue 58. Um,
Yep. So okay, so issue 58 had a cover date of January 1967 on sale date of October 11th, 1966. Same credits as last time and all the way through, same exact credits.
yeah, we are in that home
It
stretch.
we got this is a really good cover. I just kind of wish there were some more Kirby dots around Doctor Doom. That's the only thing I
Yeah,
would
but I think
change.
when I'm looking at it, folks, I've got my pad propped between my lap and the desk I'm sitting at, and I'm like going, it does give it a nice three-dimensional feel, like it's doing a 3D
It does.
effect.
It absolutely does.
It's you're kind of like, am I seeing it that way, or is it no? It's really he knows how to. He's Jack. It's a really good one. And you see the defeated FF and Wyatt just looking like beaten and Doc floating above them. It's just really good. I also like the corner box. We haven't talked about corner. It's an era of corner boxes, early corner boxes. And uh I
It
had to
looks
say
like they
that.
they finally updated the heads a bit. It looks like because
Oh
for a
yeah, that's
while,
why
I think
I
it,
think that's why I'm realizing it is they don't look like them really early heads they did.
yeah, yeah, like Ben actually looks like Ben and not the lumpy mud he was in those first year or two.
Yeah. He's still not as big as he should be to me,
No,
but I like it. It's a good color. I also like it's a light blue instead of some of the weird colors they put back at this time. There's sometimes where they all have an
yeah,
odd.
or it would just be like gray for no reason.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'll take it. Like I said, I think this is a really good cover. Uh, and for what is probably my favorite issue in this batch.
yeah. I think Reed and Sue look really good in it. Uh, but let's go to this. I love another. This is another great splash page. But they were just sitting around.
Indoors. Now all of a sudden they're on top of the Baxter building in the middle of a thunderstorm, and a lightning bolt comes down with the visage of Doctor Doom. then another lightning bolt, and another vestige of Doctor Doom. And they're just talking like, okay, that can maybe happen once. No, but there's no way it's a coincidence if that happens twice.
Yeah. Um, just let me look at and we get just like it's a I think it's neat, but do you feel this transition, these first two pages, I like it overall because it kind of sets up the level of threat immediately. See, this is where they're at. They're backing up. They're retreating in a way. They're not. Doom is winning right
Yeah,
now,
and
and but I like
oh,
how it's only it's just two pages,
mm-hmm.
and then we
Uh,
get Doom
uh,
just being
controlling
Doom.
the device that I think he already had planned. It's like, well, I was already going to use this thing anyway. I might as well, even if I have the Silver Surfer's powers.
Yeah, but yeah, because he's always got some scientific. I
Uh,
really, even though he's monologuing and
mm-hmm.
he's going to gloat over Silver Surfer, um, I just love the setting and it's just Kirby on roids. It's really,
It,
really nice, nice. But it's still chattier than I
it,
remember.
it's chattier, but again, this falls more into the Doom that I think of, where it's like, yeah, he's going to monologue to himself because he likes the sound of his own voice more than anything.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. I did. I think Stan is exerting some kind of not control, but hey, I'm here too. I think there was some.
yeah.
I think Jack wanted the credit because he deserved it, and I think Stan wanted the credit because he deserved it. It's just my brother fusses about it. It's like they both did it. If it wasn't for
This is,
both of them,
yeah,
Stan was getting things printed.
yeah.
He was finding ways to get more and more books out there, so that was good. But it's like because he knew what he had. I
I
mean, I
think
think.
here Jack and Stan are definitely working very well in tandem. I think at this point the relationship is at the best it's ever going to be.
Yeah, it's because you see it when it suffers toward the end.
Yeah, you really do.
You really do, and then it takes a while for Roy to find his feet when he
Hmm.
takes over. I like Roy's. I do like Roy's.
It's a
Um,
solid run.
it is
Um,
a solid one. I mean, it's weird. It's what's coming up next, which is Conway, and then Wolfman, and then someone else, and then
yeah.
someone else. I mean, it's just up
It was
all over
Doug
the place.
Munch who that's not a good combination to put
That
out.
was a
That's not a
weird
good
one. When
writer.
you got to that, it
It's
was like, oh
bad.
yeah, him and Bill Sienkiewicz. It's really
Like
there.
Sinkovich is fine for house
He's okay.
style,
Yeah, but
but
it
it's
still
like
looked like he was
Munch is
drawing
just not a
Daredevil.
guy I want on Fantastic Four.
No, he can't. No,
Yeah.
I agree because I forgot he did it, and I forgot that they weren't that memorable.
But I'm trying to think of like an in-universe reason that why Doom kept Silver Surfer alive, and the best I can think of is like, no, I want to show you how much I'm just going to screw with everything with your powers.
Yeah, I thought of that when I was reading it.
Or maybe he thinks like if Silver Surfer dies, he loses it. That was the other thought that came to my
Yeah,
mind.
it's like he's not drained him of it, but he's drained off a portion of it, and he'll use
Yeah,
it up, and he'll have to do it again. Is kind of what they're going for. And with all the exposition, they may not describe that well.
yeah.
So, but I do like him flying off on the board. It looks cool. It does look cool. Him on the surfboard.
It, it's the cape flowing in the back that really helps sell it
Yeah, I
more than
like that.
anything.
And then Reed startles Ben when Ben's reading a horror story.
This comes up. I can't remember if we've seen Ben reading ghost stories before, but I feel it's something that will pop up a lot later on. Just because it's like we need Ben to be doing something.
Yeah, I think you
But it's
do.
so good.
Um, some of this dialogue
Just
is really kind of corny. But it's okay. But I like his Ben's just standing there, and all of a sudden the building gives way, and it's Doom on
yeah,
the
like
board.
yep. And I like to think that Doom went after Ben first because like last time they really tangled, Ben's the one who like crushed his hands, and it's like I hate Reed more, but I'm getting my revenge on you first.
Yeah, and this fight sequence, which is pages 6, 7, 8,
Uh,
into
I
9, is amazing.
uh
Um,
just so good because like Doom throws him into a an electric sign, billboard or whatever, Ben is like, now all I gotta do is stand up to all the blasted high voltage tearing through me that I can, while I rip a hunk of steel clean out of here. I gotta get it done before Doom figures out what I'm up to. And he's gonna throw like what, just a steel girder or scrap of metal right at Doom and see if he can just take him out that way.
Yeah, it doesn't work, but he does knock him off the board. But I love this that Ben jumps on the board and starts pounding Doom.
Okay, you gotta let me please read this
Yes,
page.
okay, go.
Okay,
I do love this
okay.
page.
All right. See how much good it's gonna do you. Maybe you did manage to steal the Silver Surfer's power, but you still got a lot to learn about how to use it. Except and I aim to see that you never get the chance. First thing I'm gonna do is get you off this crummy board, and this is as good a way as any. Now talk, you rotten, rattling rust spot. What'd you do to the surfer? Where is he? Talk, or I'll clobber it out of ya. Sorry. I read that like the last 2 nights, and it's like I gotta read this on the podcast.
No, no,
I'm
it's
sorry.
great. It's so good. It is because it's that thing in Ben. Like they even play on it in the new movie where they want it. He's got a catchphrase from the cartoons that this is there's a certain way you want the thing to sound like, and he's like what you're doing, where he's just very this cartoon New York from Queens kind of accent,
Yep.
or the Bronx. He's from the Bronx, um, and then Doom zapping him in the face.
To like, what is it? To like freeze his molecules to a standstill, so Ben basically just becomes a huge statue or a statue in the middle of like a Central Park.
Oh yeah, so they didn't stop fighting.
Yeah, because what is it? Doom says, "And so you shall remain until I return for you, at my pleasure, after I have disposed of the three weaker members of your accursed group." So it's like, okay, I'm gonna like I had Ben as my appetizer, and I'm gonna have him as my dessert. Is how I'm
Yeah,
taking it. And
yeah.
you see this couple walking. It's like, hey, that statue wasn't here earlier. No one could put it up. What the heck's going on? And it's like, are you people not going to actually check this out? You know what
It's
who
New
Ben
York.
Grimm
You know
is.
the fuck this is.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's ridiculous. It's kind of silly. It's the thing in in Doctor Who that no one realizes that all these invasions have been happening on Earth, especially in England, in villages. It's like it's not making the news. It's like we've had a rash of alien invasions in the lower country. Kind of thing. So when they brought it back in 2005, Davies pulled the Band-Aid off and go, they remember some of these things now.
Yeah, you have to, because I'm sorry, after one invasion, all of Earth history from that point out is radically different.
Yeah, it's just incredible. But I like that in this comic that naive. The people aren't that up hip to what's going on around them. So,
Yep.
and it's I guess it's just Stan doing some of his flowery language. I think he's really overwriting a little bit in this.
He is. And
Yeah, it's
when
not
it's
terrible. I mean, I've read worse Silver Age comics,
hmm
but I
You've
think he's really
read
put
worse Stan Lee's written Silver Age comics.
that's that's yeah.
Accurate.
Yeah, it's no, I mean, I like that his comics look good. He's not the guy, I don't think he's the greatest scripter. That's not a bad thing. His imagination is 10 times better than anybody else's. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
just needs a good partner.
hmm
And Stan, I don't think he was a credit hog. I just think he was a showman. It's a
He was a
necessary
showman
evil.
whose ego got the better of him.
Well, later in life, yeah. But
Yeah.
here, when they were
Here,
like,
it's still just enough.
well, no, because he's greasing, they're having to grease the palm of the DC people because
Right,
they
because
own the
they're.
press.
Oh, right. I forgot. Where
This
it's
is
like
when they
eight
still own the
issues.
presses.
Yeah.
So it's, you have to deal with that. That's why they have so many bi-monthlies and big comics. But the next one, we get to page 10 and Wyatt and Lockjaw have come home.
Yep. Because it's like, wait. Because it's like, yeah, we had them going up against carnivorous how do they describe crazy Kirby carnivores in another dimension last ish. And it's like, okay, we just now they're here, so they can be part of the story, and we can move on and keep everything flowing.
Yeah. And they give Johnny,
Ugh.
you and me were
And
chatting a
Johnny
little
is
bit
still just
online, he's good in this. They give him something to do. I
this
mean,
is
I
some
think
of
he's
this
better with Wyatt.
he he is. It's like this is a good double act. In some ways, it's a little better than with Ben because like Ben is much old. So and this is more of Johnny dealing with a peer
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah, because it's different. Their relationship changes. I read that Marvel 2-in-1 12-issue series when they Reed and Super's supposedly dead. And was it
Hmm.
Slott or is it McKay? I think it's Slott. I like that because it's the
I
big
think it
brother,
was
little
Slot.
brother. No, it's not Slott. It's someone else. But it's pretty good. It goes in between two different volumes. And they're like big brother and little brother. And the little brother is he doesn't Ben thinks Reed and Sue are dead and that he saw it. So he's lying.
Okay.
He was lying. He feels he's lying to Johnny as they go looking for them. He is. He's not telling Johnny. And it's really wonderfully written. I really like it. And then when you find Johnny gets mad when he finds out he's been lied to, and then that not only did he get lied to, the information Ben was withholding from wasn't any good anyway. But it's
Jeez.
it's
I,
it's very
I never
much
thought of
that.
that.
I
Okay.
think that's one of my favorite versions of that. And that's right. But Byrne does a little bit. Everybody can that chemistry with Johnny and Ben sometimes it's either great or it's terrible, you know.
Hmm.
But I know
Yeah, like
that's why Byrne brings Wyatt back, I think, is just he doesn't really know how to write that relationship or
that's probably
doesn't think
definitely
there's a
part of
story
it.
to tell. So,
But it's like
but
Burn, you stole everything else. You can steal that dynamic. It's a good dynamic. There's a reason it works.
well, he
So
also
this
saw
is
it.
one thing that. Oh, go
I
ahead.
No, I think he did it too because he had Chio when he had Chio. He definitely wanted her and Wyatt to be together, and that's a good match. I
Yeah,
did that. I
it,
found
it
I bought it. I bought it. Like to
big
see her
time.
carrying him like a little baby. Um, so we get back to what's rebuilding.
I think he's just tinkering with something, and it's like, again, this is the parts where it's like, I can't defend your read. Where it's like, I thought I just modified this little conductive inverter while you were dressing, honey, and Sue's was like, we were gonna stay in tonight, blah blah blah, and it's like, oh my god, this is the painful parts of like the Reed Sue relationship that I am just
Yeah,
not a
it's
fan of.
terrible. Oh, honey, but weren't we gonna, do this and do that? Um, and then they get attacked by
Yep,
Doom. It's really weird. The machine gets zapped. Panel one, he's being a sexist dick. So two in the second one. And then you see the machine explode. Then this ticker tape wraps him up, and then you see Doom's arms using his
like
cosmic powers to fight. And Reed fights in this one. He's rich, and like in the last issue, he really does some neat stuff in this.
he does. And what I really like is that to free himself out of like the adhesive ticker tape, he goes
Hmm.
to like one of his machines to heat it up. And it's like, okay, that's using some okay, granted, very basic science, but it's like cool. I like that. And then I do really like in the second panel of page 12, it's the perspective shot of him stretching across the room to punch Doom.
So yeah, like it must be like a rocket. And
Yeah.
then he becomes the wheel. He wraps himself and he rolls the dodge. And then he
Yep.
turns one of his arms into a lariat. and and I flings Doom all about. It's great. The 13 Doom makes him he's starting to make things too, like that thing, the weapon that Silver Surfer made in the first issue.
Yep. And like somehow is able to break Reed's like stretchy arm. And it's like, oh, okay, that's painful.
Yeah, because this is the second time I've seen this. Like, how do you break something? Isn't his
Yeah.
bones stretching? Um, but Johnny tries really hard, man. This is the one that you showed the picture of where he gets super high. He
Oh,
makes himself as hot as
that's
he's ever made himself.
yeah, that's a couple pages because first he finds Ben. Let's see. Then okay, then we're back to do because yeah. Sorry, I'm just catching up here real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I did
Um,
skip a little bit ahead because it's like 14 is the broken arm and Johnny showing up, and then 15's amazing.
yeah, 15's because again, I give Johnny a lot of crap And Doom says, and since fire is the only power you possess, my ability to cosmically resist, it reduces you to abject helplessness. And Johnny, this is probably the best, coolest Johnny moment he's had in these 50 plus issues is, helpless am I? We'll see about that. You may be able to withstand this much flame, but what if I increase the heat intensity more and more and more? Do your worst. Your moments of life are already numbered. Reed, you can't help now. Take Sue. Get her out of here. Hurry. I'm like, okay, like there is a supernova going off in the middle of New York City.
Yeah. And the we see them. You posted the panel where you can't even make out who's Doom and who's Johnny anymore because it's so hot.
It's
And
so
then the
hot.
panel next to it, you can't. They're silhouettes. So
It's
like so, what it would look like if you saw an explosion behind somebody, you wouldn't see their face anymore because it would be in shadow. It looked great, and then you see Reed bursting through the building, falling apart, protecting Sue. It's
yeah.
real as it's the top of page 16. And Wyatt gets a machine that unfreezes.
That freeze has been using a bit of one of Reed's device that I think we've seen before or something close to it. Whatever. It gets him back. And uh top of page 7, great big panel of Johnny fighting Doom as Doom is just like lapping up the flames Johnny's throwing out, just surrounded by Kirby Crackle.
Yeah,
And oh my god, it's amazing.
he's being a bad mouth. And then I like when he freezes him. He
Mm-hmm.
that he's. I just like that effect of when Doom freezes him and he's got this weird expression on his face, and then the whole house explodes.
It like man, it's just so good because Wyatt basically grabs one of Reed's science guns and is about to try and take Doom out himself if he can.
Yeah, because here comes Johnny back. And then there's another explosion as everything was it falling through into the ground? And
Yeah, I
he
could. What is it? Instantaneously, when the beam from Reed's anti-grav disruptor strikes the area upon which Doctor Doom is standing, the natural force of gravity itself is canceled out with yeah. So what? So this is Stan expositing. Like he didn't understand what Jack was going for here.
that Doom's floating over the crater, which
Yeah,
looks cool as shit.
it looks really good, and the fantastic. This is one of like the most downer endings I think we've seen because like they're defeated. Like
Yeah, they got their butts kicked.
they really did because like we've had them end on cliffhangers where like they've been blown up, but like no, this is Doom hurt them physically and like mentally.
Oh yeah. I That's what I like about the serialized storytelling. You basically got the Johnny story, the Inhuman story, Doom story, and then and Reed, Sue, and Ben are in the A story.
Yep,
Johnny's in the C story, really.
yep.
I
No,
would put
they.
the B story be what's going on with the Inhumans. But let's move on to number 59, which this is the other cover I love. I fucking
Yeah,
love
this
this.
is really good.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to see an Onyx Ross painting of it.
Oh, God.
I think it would look really good.
One
Um,
thing that fascinates me is, they say Doomsday is the title of it right there in the cover, but Doom's not anywhere on this cover, even though he's in the issue.
yeah, yeah. And folks, there's a panel in this issue where it says Doomsday, and it's just Doom's eyes. Um, and I've got it as my behind me as the screen because I love that panel. I
It's a
love that panel.
it's a good
Uh,
panel.
but I love this cover. It's
It
got blue bolt in the middle and the FF around him. It's got a yellow background except behind him, which is white, and that's of the hidden city being destroyed because he's talking.
Yep. Oh, just a great, great panel. Black Bolt's really cool, man. I'm sorry. It's like I love Medusa. I love Crystal. Black Bolt's really kind of cool.
Yeah, he is. He's got a great costume. They really have
It
never tweaked it much, have they?
No, they really have because whenever you try and tweak a Jack Kirby costume, and I mean like a capital J, capital K, it's really hard. It's like whenever you try and screw with the new gods, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't. There are a couple things I
They've
liked.
tweaked, but not.
Tweaked, yeah. I think Orion, what they did with Orion when Conway came over and did it when Don Newton was drawing it was okay,
Eh,
but it wasn't right, and it didn't last long.
no, it didn't.
So this story's, can we get the pertinent data? Well, I'm looking at this splash page where it looks like Reed is moonlighting as Channel 4 news camera operator.
Uh, it sure. Okay, so issue 59, we have a cover date of February 1967, and on sale date of November 10th, 1966. All credits are the same
Yep.
because, again, you're not going to change it. And one thing I want to just say here is, if this story was being written now, this would be a year-long big crossover, and
Oh
not
my
pull.
God, this would be so underwritten and stretched out over so many issues.
Yeah.
Folks, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I've stopped having Velocity pull any Marvel for me right now.
Yeah.
It's just I pay for the app. I'll read it later. Some of it I'm liking. I'm liking the World Under Doom. I'm finding I actually really like this Red Hulk series. It's got that thing that Secret Six and Suicide Squad got in a little one, that they don't like each other, but they're not going to leave them each other behind. And it's a weird team. It's Thunderbolt Ross, Red Hulk, Machine Man, and a Deathlock.
I'm gonna have to check that
Yeah, it's
out.
really weird, but I'm enjoying it. I mean, that's actually, but I'm just not gonna.
Oh
I'd
yeah.
rather give them the 8.99 because, like, I don't read Avengers.
Yep.
They're very this and the when they got between Time Slide and they came back.
So one thing that does kind of surprise me is that even in at this point in Marvel history is that we don't get a cameo of like Doom fighting the Avengers for like one panel or something. I do find that kind of interesting.
Yeah, that he's not. Nowadays, you would show him, you would see him fighting everybody, and in
Yep.
quick succession, he did this and this and this. But I think,
Like like Reed basically says like no, we're gonna try and just keep this wrapped up here. Like we get a mention of Shield, that's about it.
yeah. And then he's talking because Reed's talking to the military because they want to do something, and he's telling them, "This is no, stay back." You know.
Because
Uh,
otherwise this will be nuclear war if like the militaries get involved. And Reed is just kind of really down on himself until Ben starts really kind of needling him, and it's like there's a reason I'm needling you.
yeah. For once, it's Ben and Reed getting a fight, and Reed storms off. And then another exhibition. I mean, I get it because these are supposed to be read a month apart, maybe 6 weeks apart. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. And again, I get it, but it's you know uh what does Sue say? She whispers to Benjamin J. Grimm, you blue-eyed bluffer. Sorry, folks. You did that purposely to make him angry, to make him fight back, and it worked. Yeah, yeah, I'm a regular helpful Hannah. It's like it is kind of good. I do like the Reed Ben fight here because it's like it is your best friend just smacking you on the back of the head to get Reed his groove back.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. And I like that panel on the bottom left on three
Oh, that
I
look.
that look that Ben's got that he's defeated a little bit. He's had to be mean to his best friend. They're losing.
Mm-hmm.
And you see what a soulful person is. That's why a lot of people FF, I would bet 75% of FF fans that Ben is their favorite.
I mean, he's got to be like, look, I it's Ben for me. I really like Sue. Reed is usually third and Johnny's fourth, but it's like there's a reason Ben has had his own series multiple times over
Yeah,
all
he's
the
got a good
others.
one going now. I'll wait for the trades,
Yeah,
um, but yeah, I one day I got to pull the trigger on that thing omnibus because that's a really good
it's
series.
it's good.
It's
It's
really good.
real
Some of my
good.
favorite Ron Wilson art in it too.
God, Ron Ross is so good.
So
So
we
glad I
see
got my hands
planes
on it.
leaving Latveria.
No, I think these are no. These
Or
are
they're heading to
Russians.
Latveria.
Yeah, they're heading to Latveria because it's like basically, and I can't do a Russian accent.
All right.
And what a magnificent propaganda victory it shall be for us when the world sees that we were the ones to destroy him. And it's like, okay, so this is definitely saying Jack touched on the Cold War a bit. And yeah, if Russia were the ones to kill Doom, especially Doom at this point, That's gonna be a point in their favor.
Yeah. And I like we get to see the battle. These jets are really like okay, mid 60s. That is mid 60s science fiction take on planes. I think it's beautiful. I mean, I really do
It
think these Jack and Joe are just
they're
killing it.
knocking it out of the park, and I do find it kind of interesting. It's that like what the planes start flying into Latvian airspace, and they just get immediately destroyed. But we make sure to see all of the
People in the
parachutes
parachutes.
going out.
Because you can't kill because of comic code.
I
It's not a
get it.
bad thing. And I don't think
No,
it's a
no,
bad thing. If you don't have to kill the character, don't kill the character.
no. But it's like especially for like these like for for these literally nameless Russian pilots, I just kind of noticed that.
Yeah. So on page 5, we Doom. It's this is just uh, the gravitas that Kirby puts into Doom in this story, and the sensitivity, and when Surfer has been weakened because he's missing part of his life essence, basically.
Mhm.
Um, Doom comes into the dungeon. It's old fashioned, man, where you know you're laying on straw, no bed.
Yep.
I'm lucky he's not chained up.
Like in my
Uh,
head, I thought he was, but it's like no, he's definitely not, and he's just like trying his best to claw up on Doom, and Doom just kicks him, just right in the stomach, and it's the top of page 6. Like, just I love the image of Doom just kneeling over the Surfer, like with his hands out, and just the cosmic energy just pouring out of them. It's so good.
yeah. Uh, on 6, I really like.
The Doomsday
Folks, I'm a little
panel.
distracted. Everybody came home. Leslie couldn't isn't going to drive up to Fredericksburg into the ice, so she's come back. And we're doggy sitting a dog named Dottie. I like that whole thing where he's tormenting him, and then that panel. It's the middle of page 4. It's just his eyes and him saying "Doomsday."
It's
It's
so
so good.
this is man, you can kind of this is probably the first time we've seen a really good close up on his eyes and how screwed up they look.
Yeah, yeah. I think it is. I'm not sure if we've ever been this close, but
Or if we
it
have.
just looks great. And below it, you get to see how Reed is just falling apart.
Yep, because Reed's taken all the blame on their loss from last issue on himself.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. But see, that's kind of what Reed, I mean, I think that becomes Reed for a long time.
Yep.
I think Roy leans into it. I think, um, and then it pays off. It pays off I think it's Roy and Buscema where the brute switches places with him,
Mm-hmm.
the evil version of him.
Yes.
That's such a good one. That's such a good story because um, it kind of pays off all this stuff. And and the divorce, they've had when they split up, but I think we're seeing a lot more of it beginning here, where
Mm-hmm.
every loss is painful. Um,
But Johnny, he's not taking his defeat lying down. Johnny's like trying to train to see just how hot he can really get. And it's like, can I get hot enough to actually take Doom down? I do kind of like that.
yeah, I do too. Why it's helping them, but it's Johnny. It's really Johnny stepping up. I don't, maybe they were. I've not read the letters are in the letter pages are in the app and in my Omni.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't read them. I look for famous people,
Right.
but I haven't seen any. I should maybe look ahead and read them because I bet there was some complaint about Johnny not getting enough airtime.
I can get that because, like I said, there were some times where he was only on 2, 3 pages and that was it.
Yeah, so I
Uh,
think that I like to see that. I like to see it because I like you. Johnny's not. He's fourth. No, he's actually not fourth. He's.
like if we start bringing in auxiliary members, then I'm gonna have to start doing a little more math of my rankings on
I
Fantastic
would have
Four.
the original. I would have 3 of the original 4, and then Johnny would be like 11, 12. Because I'd
Yeah,
have She-Hulk or
She-Hulk,
Crystal or
Crystal,
Medusa.
Medusa.
All yeah,
I'd have Scott Lang probably above Johnny.
yeah, yeah. Uh, Gray Hulk above that.
That's a discussion we can have for another time. But one thing I do like is apparently this little extra. Jolly Jack informs us that he has drawn Wyatt driving a Ferrari Dino V6 Berlinta special, and it's like, okay, that's Jack just looking at some magazines and going like, that's a really cool car. I
Yeah,
want
I
to
wish
draw
I could
it.
afford that. I'll have to draw more pages.
Yeah.
But I like we get into the uh Inhumans part of the story
And
because the
they
next 5 pages are for them. I love that.
I think starting here, this is actually like Jack was trying to get an Inhuman series going, and that it got canceled, so they kind of repurposed it and started filtering it
That's
into
true. Yeah, it
the
was in Amazing Adventures,
yeah, something like
and
that.
Black Widow had the others. It was a dual thing. They're trying that again.
Gotcha.
I think actually Adams at some point drew some of it,
Ooh.
or in a different thing. But yeah, when they had a comic together. I like this. I like this whole story about, they're gonna their last resort to get the dome that is keeping the Earth's pollution out from them, but also keeping them trapped inside. And the only way to do it is for
Black Bolt to
Bolt to
speak,
say
and
something.
yeah.
And it destroys a bunch of the city. And man, like pages 11 and 12, 12 is insane.
It's there's so much like destruct again, it does a cool thing of like, how does Black Bolt's powers work? It's gonna destroy everything.
Yeah, and it's all flying, and he's protecting Maximus, his crazy brother. Why, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
because we need him for to be a villain for future Inhuman stories. That's
yes,
why.
yes. But it looks cool, cool. And then we get right back to Doom, and turning, he's doing stuff to just rob people of,
Sunlight, he's freezing like tropical islands, he's transforming gorilla. He's just doing this just to show that he can.
yeah. And then while Reed is building this pair of, what is it supposed to be, wings?
It's like a giant battering, but what I do really like here is that Sinnott really has Reed very heavily in shadow for the next couple of pages because again, he's beaten, he's done, he's just trying whatever he can to fight.
Yeah. I like it. They have another, so, the fights between the team members isn't really bugging me as much in the other, as it does other stories.
Well, because here it's part of it's serving a actual purpose to the
Yes, it's
story.
not just some cutesy thing in between scenes.
Yeah,
Um,
because Ben or Reed tries like a small version of this device out on Ben, and it's like it's not only is it kind of weakening you, Ben, it's getting you angry, and that's what I want it to do. So it
yeah,
worked out, and it's like,
it did.
yeah,
It's like making a kid have that temper tantrum. You'll get tired. Um, but everybody had to hide in their these
like bunkers,
shelters.
yeah,
Um, and we see that, Karnak, was it Karnak?
yeah. Karnak throwing Maximus just because it's like Karnak has the right idea. Just kill this guy. I know he's your brother, but he ain't gonna do us any good.
Yeah, and then they all are going to leave. The Inhumans go out into the adventure, which is their solo series, right?
Yep. We, the six who form the royal family and court, shall enter the world of the humans, while our brethren shall remain to rebuild our city and tend to our land, until the glorious day when we shall all be together again, proud and united once more. So the royal family gets to have fun and adventures. The working man has to actually do all the hard work. That tracks.
She's afraid of Bandit. Oh, geez, somebody be editing the fuck out of this.
Yeah, this might be an edit one for you. Sorry.
Yeah. Hold on, let's pause for a second.
Yep. Yeah, okay, so now he's getting Ben to work on the big version to take on the Doom infused Silver Surfer or this Silver Surfer whatever Doom with the Silver Surfer powers.
Yeah, Cosmic
And
Doom.
yeah, Cosmic Doom. And our series just ends with Doom exploding out of the earth or and going my power has been tested and is even greater than I hoped. Therefore, there's no need for any further delay. No force, no combination of forces can possibly stop me. Before this day is ended, mankind shall grovel helplessly at my feet. And as obviously ordained, Doctor Doom shall be master of Earth. And it's like, yep, no, Stan and Jack have absolutely perfected what they want Doom to be at this point.
Yeah, this is the Doom I know now.
Yeah.
This is my favorite Doom story because there's no wahaha. It's not an easy fight.
Nope.
It's taken 4 issues and he's still kicking their tail.
Uh,
Let's move on to 60. This isn't the greatest cover, but it does have that Ben and Doom locked in a fist fight, locked in
It
battle, and I like that.
it does. Yeah, it's kind of fun. It honestly kind of undersells like how cool the finale of this story is. Because I gotta imagine that if I was a kid reading this when it was originally coming out, it'd be blowing my freaking mind.
Yeah, I that's like my brother Hugh is Kirby, and I think a lot of it is he was reading this when it was new,
Yeah.
and I think you gotta love it. It's a great cover. But let's get it. We're on the last one. So Doom is lifting up a ship.
Yeah, like he's like taking a giant ship out of the middle of the ocean, created a giant, and is basically just doing this just to screw with people.
Yeah, it's like you're a petulant 15-year-old Victor, you fucking wuss.
Yeah,
But so it's still like Johnny's not around. It's still
yeah,
just the three of them. They haven't reunited, but they take time to explain how people are getting off the ship like you need to. It's not
yeah.
like but
Um,
it's
I just really like how Ben is still like, I'm just gonna try and hit him again, and uh, it's the middle of page two where we got Reed's arm stretching from off panel, trying to go, Ben, you're gonna die if you try that, buddy.
yeah. And then Wyatt shows up at the end saying Johnny's going to do something stupid.
Mm-hmm. So,
But because page three, this book, folks, this fourth issue is almost nothing but action.
and it's action telling a goddamn good story because just that again, top panel of page three of Doom on the board with the cape flying all in the background. It's like I want that as an Alex Ross painting.
Yeah, he looks amazing. It's and John, so does Johnny. I mean, I really think Johnny is visually and script wise, I'm not gonna say dialogue wise because it can be a little cumbersome because it's
Yeah.
Stan. Um, but it's just he's getting a place to shine. I think like you and me, but he doesn't really. I think we may not like him because he doesn't really. He's not given time to shine.
No,
You know.
and I think especially a lot of the early issues where it was teenage antics, like that doesn't work as well for us now that we're outside of that
Yeah,
target demo.
I think part of it is too is that they're not treating him as a young man. They are still treating him a little like a boy.
Right.
And that, that goes away slowly because it gets to the point that how long have they been together? He's not a teenager. He is in college. He's, got a degree. But this is a great sequence. And Johnny, it's like you said it a couple of episodes ago that like Ben's getting more fine-tuned, but I think it's Johnny's getting more fine-tuned.
It, it definitely is. They've early on they kind of figure out the general of how they wanted him to look while flamed on, but now it's like, okay, here's how we want the flames to really look, and how his when he's shooting fire out, how that's gonna look, because he's
Yeah.
trying. What was it? He tries to blast Doom again with as hot as he can, and Doom just transforms his body into like some sort of crystalline substance, so that can withstand 1,000,000 degrees of heat. And Johnny's like, then I'll just make 2,000,000 degrees, and we'll try that again.
Yeah, I love it. I don't think there is such thing as 2 million degrees.
I don't think so. I think if
No,
that
no.
actually happened on Earth, Earth is dead.
Yeah, it's going to suck all the oxygen out of the air and, things are going to melt. But, Doom turns himself a diamond, flies into the clouds. He's using to block the sun. And then he created it like a tornado, and it's chasing Johnny.
And he gets caught, and he is down, and it's just Doom gloating over him with the surfboard in hand.
Yeah. And then we cut to Latveria where Silver Surfer's trying to get out, but one of his henchmen is just beating the crap out of him.
If I was the Silver Surfer, I might come back and just kind of flick this guy through a building or two.
Yeah, well,
I know that's not what the Silver Surfer would do, but it's like he would at least think about it.
yeah, yeah. And then who's that? We got
Uh,
the FF flying over in the car. I mean, I'm thinking, because when this issue ends, he's still in the cell, isn't he?
yeah, it now granted the board real quick to spoil the ending. Yeah, the board's flying back to him as the issue ends, but
All
he's
right,
still
all right.
technically.
Yeah, because there was some in one of the letter pages trying to explain what was where and when.
Yeah.
So, but I do like the little yellow spaceship, and Black Panther's on the screen,
Yeah, so
and
this
he's
is like the
wearing
one.
his open face mask.
Yep. And so yeah, this is the one actual kind of like cameo sort of from another hero in this story that again, like I said, would now be like a 12 issue mega crossover.
Yeah. It's just showing how many allies they really have created for him. And I like the Black Panther. I forget that he's really much, well, now he's still an FF character. He's about
Yeah,
to
but
become an
he
Avenger, so, and he's a
yeah.
great Avenger.
Oh yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
he has definitely grown out of just being a FF supporting cast, but he's still part of that cast.
Yeah.
Uh again, they've spotted Doom and Ben is just ready to jump out of the plane and oh God. Johnny ain't there. He must have done something to him. Get this crate moving, Richards. I'm done waiting. Just bring her in right over Doom. Do you hear me? I'm gonna demolish him. Faster, blast it! Faster! And
And then too late because Doom's made a tree crush the plane while it was flying. And then what I do like in page 7 is it's another example of how Mr. Fantastic's powers work better. It looks
yes,
better when he's just making little, he's a parachute. And
he's just stretching his body out and
yeah,
widening it. It's not like him being like how a Plastic Man would look like a full-on parachute.
yeah. Um, and they parachute down, and escape getting burned because there's a fire below them. Um,
Reads him.
Ben has to climb down this weird tree
Yeah,
and
like
then get smacked between two giant boulders.
oh, it's so good. And there's an annoying thing from Stan there, but it's like it just this hurt Ben
Yeah,
bad.
it knocked the wind out of him because he's coming on in the next page. He's taking out Doom standing there with the board gloating. And the bottom of 10 is them just charging into each other.
Oh, and actually here, uh, so suck it to me, baby. It's clobbering time. That will be the last arrogant war cry you ever utter, for you are about to pay in full for the injury you once inflicted upon my hand. Oh, so Stan and Jack did remember the
Yeah.
huge thing. Okay, big points as they
Or
start.
Reed went knocking. Roy was working there already and comes knocking on the door. No, Roy's not. I mean, Roy is not there yet, is he?
66. You would know better than I would.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he is there yet. But the fight looks great because the second panel is it's re Doom is like he's
Just
just
drawn him huge.
yeah,
Like
and
like
then
he
Ben gets another good punch in, and we cut to the Watcher. Okay, now the Watcher's in the story
yeah, for one page.
for one page.
Hey
Is
kids,
he
you
going to
remember
interfere later? Is he
that's
interfering in the next story?
I don't remember why he's in here at all. I because I haven't read ahead in a bit. So I don't remember why he's here because I think he's here to explain like, hey, why doesn't the Watcher just stop this even though he easily could? And he's like, well, the Fantastic Four, they can actually handle this one just fine. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, there's another species evolving. I'll go watch that so I can kind of give myself a little break here.
Oh my God.
I know
Uh,
it's a little weird.
Yeah. And then we cut back to the area that was destroyed by the fight, and they find Johnny. Reed and Sue find Johnny, and they're still, it's man, it's just the destruction looks great. It's lot. I mean, it's very busy, in a good way.
Yeah, and it looks really three-dimensional to it. It's like you can see that this is all over the place.
Yeah. Uh, Ben tries to flatten Doom. He gets zapped. Um, Johnny, Reed, and Sue are on a floating piece of rock or a little pedestal.
Yep.
Johnny burns down underneath the ground and comes up behind Doom. And they start teaming up,
So
Reed using his elastic suit, projecting Johnny, Johnny throwing stuff up higher, escalating it so it can get looked at, and then Sue does why Sue is one of the most powerful Marvel characters because
yep.
all those little balls she could just put in your head. I'm
Yeah, and
looking
she's
at
just throwing them at him.
throw them. It looks good. And
And Doom's chasing her. She ducks and goes, "It worked." I waited till the last split second, then dropped below his plummeting board. He never suspected my real objective. He was so confident so sure of victory that he didn't realize I was standing in front of a rocky cliff, using my invisibility power to conceal it from him. Sorry about that. So it's like, cool. That was a really good use of her powers, and it's like the best use she gets in these past four issues.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that because and then Johnny's chasing him, he gets zapped. It's just they're barely holding their own.
And you have a really good menacing Doom look here. Among my
Yeah.
many cosmic powers is the most destructive one of all, the power to completely disintegrate any living matter. That
Yeah.
the power which shall now obliterate the accursed Fantastic Four forever. And then I'm sorry, we did not need the Inhumans in this issue.
I,
It
it,
interrupts a little too much.
yeah, it does. And it's odd
It,
because it's I don't think they're that big a deal in the next issue because Sandman's back.
yeah, it's like what I guess you want to keep them or whatever, but this could have waited. I'm sorry, this really could have waited an
Or could have
issue.
been an epilogue or something. Yeah, I agree with
It's
you because it cuts out and then cuts right back to before.
yeah.
And
So like they're basically just trying to use the Incredibles. It's like they're trying to keep Doom monologuing as the giant device Reed built is coming up behind Doom. Uh, it isn't possible. It's mad, insane. My knees buckling, growing weak, my strength beginning to ebb. And Reed says, "Oh, thank God, it's the device I built." And we get a mention of like Tony Stark's weapons manufacturing helped him get it done in time and all that.
oh my God.
So, uh, but again, Doom is like, "Look, I'm still more powerful than wherever this device is that you're trying to, defeat me with." And then he just goes chasing after that machine just to kind of destroy it again, just kind of out of his own arrogance. But as soon as he starts to hurt Earth's atmosphere, he kind of explodes because Galactus put a barrier around Earth to keep the Silver Surfer in, and that's how the day is saved. Is Reed used his own knowledge and bluffed the hell out of Doom like he's Captain Kirk here.
Yeah, and I haven't, I've only read some of these once. This is the second time, my second time through in the last couple of years. So I don't remember what's next.
All I remember
But
is that Doom is. I don't remember where Doom comes back. I know he's back before the end of this run, but yeah, I don't.
yeah,
And it's just so good. And again, I do kind of like that Doom was defeated out of like his own arrogance and Reed outthinking him. I'm glad that wasn't just a slugfest to win the day.
yeah. No, no, I agree. I like that it was a stalemate. Basically, they just, you know,
They were able to outthink him just enough, and that was able to save it. And it's like that's a really good way to end this story arc. And it
yeah.
doesn't feel like a cheat either, which is important to me.
No, it doesn't. It's just they as four individuals powered by cosmic radiation and having the Silver Surfer level is and then I like it. I like that he tries it again. That's,
Hmm.
hey, I haven't done this in a while. Maybe I've figured it out.
Yep.
Because uh he is a busy little bee when he wants to be Dr. Doom.
Yep.
So overall I love these four issues. They were a joy to read. They were really in a sweet spot. Um the art is just so
Chef's
good.
kiss.
The only thing I don't, is some of the things that take me out of it at moments. Sue is so pathetic sometimes. It just because I felt they were moving forward a little bit,
This
not a
was a
lot, but at least
setback.
a little. And I felt
Yeah.
like for the first three issues, they backslide
Hmm.
a lot. And I do think giving Johnny something to do works really well. And all but that last bit with the Inhumans, all the intercutting between the story beats, I loved.
It
And I
worked
like that
really
they
well.
start in the middle of a page and,
Hmm.
it's just
It really shows
the
us so
economy of his paneling.
exactly. It shows us so like here's how much the Fantastic Four are involved in all of these stories, either directly or indirectly. And it's like yeah, there's a reason it's so good, and it's like you want to be picking up the next issue. It's like what's happening next.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's what they're doing. They're learning that the kids are going back because they're
Mm-hmm.
having less returns because they'll get that. So they used to get the numbers because people have to count it and do it, and then someone would send it up, and that's how they checked it. It's like when the guys when they tore the cover off because they would throw the comic out. They just
Right.
needed the top part, because we didn't have ISDN numbers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're really learning what they've got here.
Yeah.
And I think it's why this is one of the most important comic series of all time. I mean, we're only 60 issues in. You got to think they're up to issue 800.
Yeah.
So,
And
and I
uh,
think, I mean, this stuff holds up.
it
Is
it
it?
really it really does. And I mean, there's a reason that '90s Fantastic Four cartoon used this plot line twice.
Yeah, Jesus
Yeah, we're
Christ.
it's yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever watched the Silver Surfer cartoon? I mean, I've watched a few
It's
episodes of it. It's not
okay.
bad.
It's okay.
It's okay. It is of its time.
Yeah.
So folks, that it. I'm not going to say what's coming up next because I don't really know. We got stuff planned, but I got to have time to do it. It's crazy at work. I'm actually the inauguration for the new governor in Virginia is happening, and I'm on call waiting for people to say we may have to open. If anything goes south, we have to do some stuff. So I'm just sitting around. This was a nice break to get to talk about FF. Um, before we go, Kirby, I know what your recommendation. You told me what is your recommendation?
Okay, my recommendation is The Warlord by Mike Grell Omnibus 1. What they've done like upgraded newspaper page print. It so helps the original art just pop, the colors, everything, and they've used the original colors. It makes everything look gorgeous.
Yeah, I got
Um,
mine.
yeah, the Warlord. It's one of my favorite series in general. I love it to death. I have no problem um, buying it again in this omnibus format. It just looks so
Yeah,
gorgeous. The stories are, it's Mike Grell doing sword and sorcery fantasy, and it's just epic. It I just remember so many of like my favorite moments. Like there's a point, couple issues into the series, where he has to go back to the plane where he crashed in Skataris, and he to save his life, he threw the ejector seat of his plane right through a giant snake god's mouth, and it's like,
yeah.
oh, that's
When you shared that
badass.
online, it goes, I remember that. That
It's
was
so
cool.
cool,
It is.
and just because it's Mike Grell drawing people who are basically naked, there's something there for everybody.
It's 70s sword and sorcery
It,
with a little bit of science fiction in it. I love it a lot. That's a good
yep,
recommendation. Well, I'm
yep.
going to do this real quick. I'm going to recommend again the Tomasi Gleason Superman. I'm going to try to kill that this weekend so I can read the Super Sons and be madder and madder about everything. Jonathan Kent. All right, folks. As always, thanks for listening. Be smart, be safe. Please be kind to one another and read some comics. Read some 60s comics.
Yep, sounds good.
Well, hello, and welcome to Fuckity Fuck Fuck Fuck.
You were
Fuck.
getting it right.
I know. But I went, oh no, shit. All right. Well, hello, and welcome to Gallifrey's Most Wanted.
Nope, now you got it wrong.
Jesus Christ. All right. You got the tag for the bag. All
I've
right,
got
my
it.
man. I am gonna go pee and then I'll edit this tomorrow.